Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today I'm going to be talking about yesterday we had day one of Vegas Summer League, and I want to highlight some players that I saw, some performances that I saw that I really liked, and kind of recap day one of Summer League here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Link to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So what we're gonna do, basically go game by game and talk about just some of the players that I liked, highlight some of the players. I'm not gonna be going through every single game and every single action, everything like that. Well, I'm gonna go through every single game. I'm not gonna go through like the box scores and like this team had 35 rebounds, so this team's like stuff like that. I just want to talk about players more on their own. So first game we had Cavaliers and Magic. Magic ended up winning almost by 30. For the Magic, the 3-point shot was obviously on fire. But the two guys I really like to see was their second-year players, Anthony Black and Jett Howard. Anthony Black got 23 and 3 with 4 steals. He shot 6 for 9, 7 for 9 from the free throw line, 1 for 2 from 3. Anthony Black looked like a second-year player in Summer League. Second-year players in Summer League usually are supposed to look like the best players on the court. Anthony Black and Jett Howard both look like the best players on the court. Anthony Black was really in control. Defensively, he was really locked in. And the jumper looks nice, too. The jumper, I don't know if it's changed. It looks a little bit different, but the jump shot looks a little bit, smoother. And he looked a lot more comfortable taking those shots. So I really like to see that. Of course, he only took 2 threes and was 1 for 2, but he got to the free throw line, made a lot of his free throws. So yeah, I really like the jump shot from what I saw over there. And yeah, he just looked like a second-year player. And then Jett Howard as well. Shot the nets off the rim. 5 for 10 from 3. He had 22 points on contested threes as well. And honestly, I'm very interested to see if Jett Howard does make the rotation next season. Of course, we all know the Magic, one of their biggest, weaknesses last year was the three-point shooting. And Jett Howard is literally going to be out there just to shoot threes. And if Jett Howard keeps shooting the ball like this, he might get a spot next year in the rotation. Especially with his size as well. He is like, what, 6'8", 6'7". So he's a big shooter. So you could sneak him in at playing the 3 and stuff like that. So seeing that was nice. Tristan Da Silva, their rookie as well, had a pretty solid game. 13, 5, and 4. He had 3 3-pointers, doing his thing, playing in the role of the offense, being a stretch guy. It was nice. And then Jay Huff as well had 16, 6, and 2. For Cleveland, Amani Bates had 20. Took a lot of shots, 7 for 17, obviously, from the field. Kind of was, pressing a little bit, but that's what he kind of does. And Jalen Tyson, I liked some things I saw from him as well. 18, 15, and 8. He shot 7 for 14 from the field. Got transition a lot. Was confident, with his ball handling ability and scoring ability. And yeah, I'm very excited for what he has to offer in the future. But yeah, the Magic and I'm winning. DJ Burns as well got a little bit of run, and he looked solid. 4 points, 2 rebounds in his little performance. So that was cool to see that. Next game we had was the Pelicans and the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves ended up winning 81-74, and Terrence Shannon Jr. was the star. Terrence Shannon Jr., 25 points, shot 9 for 14 from the field. He was amazing. Of course, he had that amazing poster dunk, but he looked really nice out there. And I said it in my draft grading video that I think Terrence Shannon Jr. really is going to fit in with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I really think he does. He fits that culture, kind of just like that grind, that toughness, that chip on your shoulder type of aggressiveness Timberwolves play with. Terrence Shannon, I think, really fits that, and he showed it last night. He showed it. Being very aggressive, getting to the rim, not really settling for a lot of jumpers, trying to get to the rim, trying to be aggressive, trying to get to the free throw line, play in transition, very similar things he did at Illinois. And I think he's really going to fit in there for Minnesota, especially getting him at what? They got him at like the 28th, 29th pick. I mean, that's an amazing get. Rob Dillingham didn't have a great performance shooting-wise. He only shot 2 for 12, was 0 for 5 from 3, had 4 points. But I liked how kind of comfortably he played. I like that. I like how comfortable he kind of looked out there. He wasn't just getting the ball and trying to get for his own. He was looking out for others. He was trying to play in the world of offense. And he just didn't have a good shooting night. So I like that. Leonard Miller, 10 points, 6 rebounds. He had a couple 3-pointers. He had a decent game. And then for New Orleans, Jordan Hawkins had a solid game, 18 points. He did shoot 6 for 21, 2 for 8 from 3. And Yves Missy, 6 and 8. He's good on the glass. Maybe we'd like to see him a little bit more better in terms of finishing at the rim and stuff like that, especially looking like he might be like a starting center for the Pelicans this season. But overall, solid game for both of them. But really, it was Terrence Shannon Jr. really shining for Minnesota in that game. Next, we had Kings Grizzlies. Grizzlies end up winning by 20. For the Grizzlies, Jake LaRavia in his third year, 22 and 4, 6 steals, shot 7 for 15. Look comfortable out there, you know. Being in your third year in summer league isn't normally, great. Jake LaRavia hasn't really gotten a lot of time throughout his first two, seasons with the Grizzlies. So coming back to third year summer league makes sense. And he looked really solid out there. Defensively, he was really locked in. I mean, 6 steals. And he was just looked comfortable offensively. GG Jackson had a really nice game, 17 and 7, even though he did not shoot well. 5 for 17 from the field. 3 for 8 from 3, but that's what he does. Scottie Pippen Jr., 16, 3 and 4, 5 steals. Cam Spencer, I like what I've seen from him so far because, of course, Grizzlies also played in the Utah Salt Lake City Summer League. Cam Spencer had 15 points, 3 3-pointers. I like how he's been playing, kind of just doing his own thing, doing what he did at UConn, playing in the flow of the offense, coming off screens to shoot the three, ball handling. He's been doing all that stuff, so I like to see that. Fortunately, no Zach Edey in this game, but we already seen what Zach Edey been doing at the Salt Lake City Summer League, and he was being great. And then for Sacramento, just a tough game for them. Mason Jones, 16 and 11. Your guard getting 11 rebounds is nice. He shot 5 for 6 in the field. Like what I saw from him. Adonis Arms was solid in 20 minutes, 10 points. He's been very solid so far in this summer league. So, yeah, but it wasn't really just that much to really talk about Minnesota. Kobe Jones only played 14 minutes at 2 points, was a minus 20. Kind of disappointed in that. Want to see a little bit more from Kobe Jones. But, Memphis ends up getting one. Memphis has a really good summer league team, honestly. Like, Memphis has a really, like, their starting five literally all probably NBA players. So that's interesting. Then Rockets and Lakers kind of felt like the main event of the summer league so far. The Rockets ended up winning by almost 20. Really nice things from the Rockets. Reed Shepard, the third overall pick in his debut, 23, 4 and 5, 3 blocks, shot 9 for 17, 4 for 6 from 3. He was amazing. He was the best player on the court. Well, Cam Whitmore maybe, but Reed Shepard was amazing in his game. Just doing the things we expect him to do in the league. Not really, doing too much, catch and shoot threes. He was nice at, kind of when things were breaking down, he was be able to create for himself. He had that nice, like, little move on don't connect in the third quarter. He's shooting from deep as well, mind you, on some catch and shoot threes. Defensively locked in. Like, he was just doing all the little things that we expect him to do in the league. You know, that's what I expected. And Reece Shepard, he was going off. Cam Whitmore another great game, 20 and 10, 4 steals, 8 for 17 shooting. Kind of expect Cam Whitmore to do that in this year's summer league, especially as a second year player. I expect him to go off in the summer league. And then you had Adrian Griffin, 8 points. He had a ferocious put back dunk. That was nice. Orlando Robinson has some good minutes out there off the bench from Houston, so I can see that. For the Lakers, don't connect. 25, 6 and 4, shot 9 for 18, 5 for 11 from 3. Like what I've been seeing from Don't Connect. Of course, Lakers played in the California Classic Summer League. Don't Connect has been doing pretty solid. Catch and shoot threes, he was doing pretty well. Hitting a lot of tough shots as well. Just being a natural scorer. That's what it felt like he's been doing so far in the Summer League. He's showing that. Colin Castleton, 10 and 10. He had a solid game. Bronny James, 8 and 5, 2 steals, shot 3 for 14, 0 for 8 from 3. Not been shooting the ball super well. But there's a couple things I like. I liked defensively how he was looking. I like that he was playing with aggressiveness as well, rebounding the ball, pushing the pace. Kind of being a little bit of a leader on the court as well, kind of telling people where to go. So like he didn't have a horrible game despite what the numbers say. It's just his shooting really, and he wasn't taking bad shots. It just wasn't really falling. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Maxwell Lewis, 6 and 4 and 5. Didn't shoot the ball well, but I've been liking what I've been seeing from Maxwell Lewis so far in summer league as well in the California Classic. But yeah, Reece Shepard I think really stole the show in that game. Nets and Pacers. This game went into overtime. Nets ended up winning by 2. A lot of good things to talk about. Jalen Wilson, the second year player out of Kansas, 25 and 7, 8 for 17, shooting 5 for 9 from 3. He just looks really comfortable out there. And that's what you expect. He was a 4-year college player, one of the best players in Kansas history. Kind of is a veteran, more like, even though he's only in second year in summer league. So he just looks really comfortable out there. No Clowney, like what I saw from him as well, 14 points, 4 blocks, shot 6 for 8, even though he did make a 3-pointer. He looked a lot more aggressive, and I'm very interested to see, especially with the Nets going rebuild. I expect a lot more Noah Clowney minutes next year. So I'm very excited to see what he can do. Keon Johnson had a solid game, 16, 5 and 6. And yeah, the Nets played a pretty solid game. But Jalen Wilson and Noah Klein, I think, really stood out. For Indiana, Trace Walker. Trace Walker had an amazing game. 25, 6 and 4. Shot 9 for 18, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. He looked super, super comfortable out there. Like, he looked really comfortable handling the ball. He felt like he was playing point guard out there for them. He's ball handling at 6'8", getting to his mid-range game, getting to the basket, making nice passes. Like he was doing all that. And defensively, you know what he can do. I'm very excited for Jarace Walker. You know, with the Indiana Pacers being a little bit more, fast forwarding their timeline, I feel like a little bit. Especially with Pascal, I don't know where Jarace Walker really fits in right now, but I think Jarace Walker can be an amazing player. I really think he's going to be an amazing player. And you saw last night in Summer League, he showed that. You know, Oscar Sheboy, 17 and 19, dominating the glass like he usually does. You know, Ben Shepherd didn't have a great shooting night, only 4 points, 3 steals, shot 1 for 9, 0 for 4 from three. Unfortunately, Johnny Furphy had a solid game, 12 and 4 on three pointers, and Kendall Brown had 19 points as well off the bench. So yeah, but this was a really really good game to watch. You know, especially going to overtime and stuff. But Jarace Walker and Jalen Wilson, I feel like were the two stars going up against each other in that game. Next, we had Hawks and Wizards, the battle of the number one, number two picks, Alex Starr versus Zachary Risachet. The Wizards ended up winning this game. This was a very interesting game to watch. For Washington, Alex Starr, 12, 7, and 4, 4 blocks. Solid defensively, offensively, selling for a lot of jump shots. Shot 12 field goals, 5 threes. Feel like wasn't being as aggressive as I would like him to be, but didn't have a bad game at all. Bub Carrington, I think, was a real star of this game, though. 19, 9, and 8, shot 5 for 10, 4 for 8 from 3. He looked amazing out there, honestly. You know, um, I loved how comfortable he was taking the 3-pointer, even though in college he was definitely more of a mid-range master, but in the NBA kind of knows I got to shoot a lot more threes, so he was shooting threes comfortably and in the flow of the offense, and he was making them, making plays for others, defensively, locking in, rebounding. Like, he was doing everything on the court, and he was the best player on the court last night. So Bob Carrington really doing his thing. Champagne as well at 18 points. Johnny Davis, 12 and 6, shot 5 for 11. Still doesn't look great, unfortunately in his third season. But this is a good game to watch, honestly, especially for a lot of young players I'm very interested in. So Bob Carrington did great, and then for Atlanta, Versace, 18, 5, and 2, shot 7 for 16. Definitely wasn't afraid to shoot the ball. No one in Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta was very interesting in their game plan. Atlanta kind of felt like it was just rolling the ball out and just being like, all right, go ahead, do your thing. Like Dylan Windler was taking like one dribble pull up threes from Dame range. Like it was kind of a little crazy to watch. But Versace was solid. I liked how comfortable he was shooting the ball. I liked how he was getting in transition and running too. So yeah, and then defensively he was trying as well. So he was doing all the things we expect him to do. And then one pick, Muhammad Gay, 17 and 4 years solid, shot a lot of shots, got to the free throw line a lot. He was being aggressive. Nikola Jurisic, 7, 2 and 2, looked really comfortable out there as well. Atlanta kind of was letting him free, letting him do his own thing. So that was nice. And then Keaton Wallace, 10 and 6 off the bench. And after the game, it was reported he's signing a two-way with Atlanta. So shout out to Keaton Wallace. Get an opportunity. If you don't know, I think he's the older brother of Case and Wallace. He's been around for a little while. So yeah, shout out to Atlanta for Glenn Case and or Keaton Wallace. Go out there and do his thing and get a contract. That's really really nice to see. Um, but yeah, this is a very interesting game to watch. But Washington ended up winning, and it wasn't even the number one or number two pick that was the star of the game. Really, it was. I think to me at least, it was Bub Carrington. Bub Carrington showed out. In the final game, we had Clippers Nuggets. Clippers ended up winning 80-78. Or yeah, Clippers ended up winning this game. And Jordan Miller, the star of summer league so far, 36 and 5, shot 11 for 18, 6 for 10 from 3, 8 for 8 from the free line. Jordan Miller was a second round pick last year by the Clippers out of Miami. I really liked his game. I was a big fan of his game. Obviously didn't really show too much last year, being a 50 something overall pick. But he came out and it was really really nice. Catch and shoot shots. He was playing good defense. He was getting in the paint and scoring, getting to the free throw line. He was doing everything on the offensive end, really. And to see him kind of shoot the ball like this, even though he's not really known to be a great 3-point shooter, is really encouraging to see. And maybe if he does play like this, he could get some minutes next year. He's not a one and done guy. He's a guy that was a 4-year guy, I think 4 years, or he played a while in college, and could be a really solid role player, I feel like. So he was really the star of the show. Cam Christie had some good solid minutes out there. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 2 for 8 from 3. And yeah, and then for the Nuggets, Julian Strother, 25 and 5, shot 7 for 19. He was comfortable out there. You guys know, if you've seen some of myself, I'm a big fan of Julian Strother. I really think, he's going to be a really solid player. And so him kind of being the lead ball handler, I felt like last night, and being the lead guy for the Nuggets was really nice to see. Hunter Tyson had a solid game as well, 15 points. He lit up Summer League last year. So maybe we're in store for some more. But the unfortunate news, Deron Holmes, his first round pick, he had 11 and 7, shot 3 for 3 from 3. I like what I saw from Deron Holmes, but unfortunately he suffered a torn Achilles and he'll be out for the season. It's a really tough blow. Deron Holmes, I think, is a really solid player, and he was going to be actually probably in the rotation for the Nuggets next season as a this season as a first round pick, and just really, really unfortunate that he won't be able to get to play his rookie season. It really sucks. Hopefully a speedy recovery from him and he can come back next year and get back in his game. But yeah, it was super, super unfortunate to see that news. PJ Hall had a really solid game as well, 10-4. Trey Alexander from Creighton was solid as well, 12 points. And yeah, we got more summer league today. Very excited. Get to see some more players out there, and hopefully we can see some more really young players light it up. That's what this is for. Young players go out, light it up, and we saw some really nice performances last night. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.